Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking all about the Community Shield final. A pretty decent game. Obviously it's a curtain raiser. It's the first game of this season before the actual season starts, if that makes sense. Some people call it friendly. If you lose it, you call it a friendly. If you win it, you call it a substantial trophy. And yeah, Arsenal versus Man City, again, that massive rivalry now continues. A little bit different this time. We've obviously got a couple more players, a couple of new players in. They've got a couple of new players. Anderson, record by whatever, and obviously different manager for Man City. There's no longer Pep Guardiola there. It's Maresca, and yeah, it was an amazing game. To be fair, it was probably the easiest game we've had against Man City in decades, probably at least 15 years. We absolutely demolished them. I say that, we demolished the 3-0, but we demolished the 3-0 a few years ago as well. So, brilliant. Calafiori scoring in the first 23 seconds, absolutely amazing, sets the record for that. And that was pretty much it. They had a couple of shots on target. Let's be real, David Raya had to be called into account a couple of times to make a really good save. David Raya proved again he's the best goalkeeper in the league. Donnarumma howlers for the first two goals. I think even for all three. I mean, really. I mean, Odegaard sat him down for the third goal, which is crazy. But yeah, 3-0 up before the hour mark, and then you just saw the game out, and that was it. It was pretty comfortable. Having said that, like I said, Raya did have to make a couple of really good saves. Haaland in the first half. I can't remember who had a shot in the second half, but there was one in the second half. But it was very comfortable. I never felt, as soon as that first goal went in, I never felt like we were in real danger. City is so weak at the back. Donnarumma just terrible. I mean, he had a really bad game. Terrible at the back. Again, forward, I mean, Haaland had a one shot on target, and that was pretty much the only thing he did in the first hour of the game. He was hooked quite earlier than I thought he was going to be, to be fair. They took him off quite early, and that was it. Once Haaland went off, I mean, Chagi had a couple of long shots for nothing that Raya can handle, and we were quite comfortable and we dominated them. We made them look silly. I mean, obviously going straight up from kickoff and scoring a goal, they weren't expecting that. They were shell shocked. They looked shell shocked. They looked like they hadn't been playing a preseason at all. We looked like we'd been playing 2 or 3 games more than them. They looked sluggish and slow. We looked sharp, on point. Odegaard, I mean, Captain Odegaard is back, man. Absolutely outrageously good in this game. I thought he was brilliant. His goal was awesome. I think he deserved at least an assist, but he looks like he's back. He looks like he's been well rested. Obviously, we're playing, with Norway in the World Cup. He still looks rested. He looks back, and it's brilliant to see. Hopefully, we can stay. Touch really can stay fit for quite a significant part of the season because we need that. We need that old Odegaard back. We were missing him last season. Obviously played with injuries last season, the season before that as well. But he looks sharp as. He looks really good. And Solis, the new kid. I mean, wow. Talk about a bargain buy. We're talking about Vinicius Junior and another top class left winger. He could be it. 2 assists in this game. I think he's got an assist or a goal in every single game he's played in an Arsenal shirt this preseason, which is crazy. Blatantly starts against Coventry next weekend. Brilliant, 2 assists, bro. I mean, I think he's 19 games now with a goal or an assist, which is crazy. Hopefully he keeps that run going. Kai Havertz getting the second goal as well, which is brilliant. Really good header, and Donnarumma should have saved it, but he didn't. He fumbled it, and it was a good goal. And it was a great win, 3-0, comfortable. Must have been a great day out for all the fans that went. I mean, it was 99% Arsenal fans in that stadium, which was awesome. And like every game that we play against Man City, there's 75% Arsenal fans and 15% everyone else. So yeah, they were loud, they were great. So jealous. Obviously, I went to the Community Shield game a few years ago, and it was awesome, and we won that in penalties. But this game, we destroyed Man City. We dominated them. Again, you can say, "Oh, this is only pre-season, blah blah blah." Well, okay, but at the very least, this is a marker for where both teams are at going into the first game of the season. And I worry for Man City. I don't rate Maresca at all. I never rated him in Chelsea. I don't know how we got the Man City job. I think Pep probably put his name forward because they're mates or whatever. But I worry for Man City. I think they're going to have a really tough season. We need to focus now on Coventry in the first game of the season. Newly promoted team, it's always a bit of a question mark. We don't know we don't have recent history with them, so we can't have anything to compare against them. So potential banana skin, so we have to be careful with that. But if we play anywhere near like we did today against this Man City team, then I think we can destroy Coventry in the first game. But like I said, one step at a time. I thought, like I said, I thought Calafiori did well, even though he dived and it was a bit of a silly dive. We shouldn't needs to cut that out. But I think the whole team did brilliantly. Saka came off the bench, Rice came off the bench. They both did well. Saka arguably could have scored one goal, should have scored one goal at least. He had two shots that didn't go in, but I think it should have been 5-0, 5 or 6-0 in this game. I think we went easy on them towards the later half of the game. So the big worry for me is obviously no Martinelli in the squad. He looks like he's going to go. Rumours are it's Napoli along with Jesus. Gabriel Jesus wasn't in the squad either. And the big one is Ethan Nwaneri. I think a lot of Arsenal fans don't understand why we're getting rid of him. And like I said, at the moment, the only news we have is it's Dortmund. He looks like he's going to go to Dortmund, but we don't know if that's a permanent deal. We don't know if that's a loan. I hope that it's a loan with an option to buy maybe. But I feel like selling him at this point is a bit silly. And unless we get stupid 45 and 50 million with him, which I don't think we'll get. I feel like a loan move will do him well. I think especially in Dortmund, I think he'll get a lot of game time in Dortmund. I think Dortmund is a good place to go for developing young Englishmen, especially attackers. And I think he could do really well there. So if he does go out on loan, fair play, that's a good move, I think. But I was looking at Madueke yesterday. Madueke for me is the one thing that I'm worried about. Saka, does he start? Is he fit enough to start against Coventry? There's a big question mark there. Looking at Madueke yesterday, thinking, is Nwaneri that much worse than this kid? I mean, I like Nwaneri. I think he's rapid but his end products is shockingly bad. And he gets to the 6-yard box or gets to their end of their goal end, and he kind of loses brain cells. It looks like he doesn't know what to do. But he's rapid and I think Arteta uses him to run that whole left-hand side of the opposition down ragged for an hour or so. I mean, he's rapid no one can catch him in the foot race. I feel like, wear them down, and then, obviously City had to deal with it for an hour yesterday, and then obviously had to, after being knackered from that, then having to deal with Saka for the last half an hour of the game. So there is an element of kind of understanding of what Madueke brings to the team, but at the same time, you're looking at I'm comparing Madueke to Ethan Nwaneri at this point. Which one's better? I feel like we're a little bit constrained as well. The fact that we spent so much money on Madueke, we're kind of bound to the fact that we have to keep trying him. I think as well, Arteta sees something in him that I think most of us don't see. It remains to be seen what happens with Madueke and Ethan Nwaneri, but it looks like he's off no matter what. They all went in the squad. Jesus looks like he's going to Napoli, which is a fantastic move for us and for them and for him. I think he goes to a Serie A title contender in Napoli, and Napoli I think is a good team. I've got a good mate that is a massive fan of them, so shout out Dom if you're watching this. And yeah, like I said, I think Napoli is a really good team for him. Martinelli as well. That's a little bit more of a shocker. Obviously, depending on how much we get for him, I think they're a little bit constrained financially, as all Serie A teams are. But like I said, I think Martinelli and Jesus goes to Juventus. I think it's a good move for both of them. And a good move for Napoli as well. I think that bolsters Napoli's chances of competing with Inter Milan for that Serie A spot. So we'll have to wait and see. But Bruno G going off potentially injured. He had a nice mark on his leg. Hopefully that's just a precaution. We didn't have to play him the entire game. I thought we did really well when he was on. He started the game really well. I think it's probably not serious. It's probably just precautionary. Why risk it in a Community Shield game, but we were already winning anyway. So yeah, the fact that we can bring on Declan Rice for the last half an hour, 45 minutes of the game is crazy. That's going to be great. These two, I think, are going to be rotated a lot. I don't see us playing with both of them together very often. That's fine. They're both top class. They're both going to get loads of minutes. And it's anything to kind of ease Declan Rice. We played Declan Rice so much last year, and in England did as well. To be fair, any kind of minutes that he's not on the pitch and we still win the game is good for me. So, but yeah, brilliant game. Awesome. You know, people say, oh, it's just a friendly. It is just a friendly. Nobody's raving about the Community Shield. We're raving about the performance. That was Man City's first 11, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Obviously, Rodri's not there anymore. He's gone to Barcelona. But apart from that, that was their first 11, their best first 11 that they had available to them. Now, they're probably going to go after this and spend like another 400 million on 2 or 3 players, so we have to be aware of that. But at the moment, this City team looks really gettable. I don't know who they've got in their first game of the season, but mate, I think they're in for a long season. I think Maresca doesn't last the season if he plays like this. But yeah, like I said, we look sharp. We Arsenal fans are really pumped about this because we looked amazing. Every player did well. The new players did really well. You know, we rested the players that we needed to rest. We weren't even playing our first 11, best first 11. Saka arguably, you know, should be starting if he's in the first 11. Rice as well. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I haven't even mentioned him. His assist with the first goal was outrageously amazing. How anybody at the club can be contemplating letting this kid go is crazy. Sackable offence. Find out who it was that suggested, oh, why don't we tell Miles Lewis-Skelly? Like, find out who that was and sack them, unless it's Arteta, obviously. Brilliant, outrageous kid. The fact that we could sell this kid to Chelsea or Man United of all people. I mean, he walks into either of their first teams. By the way, he's such an outrageously good kid, and he's doing brilliantly in midfield right now. And the commentators spent so long yesterday going, oh, is he going to get minutes? Or he could be surplus to requirements. Oh, he's not even playing at left back anymore. Oh, like, we play with 3 midfielders every single game. We play with 2 games every week. We're not like Man United, where we play 1 game every fortnight. We play 2 games every 2 games every week. He's going to get loads and loads of minutes. He's going to play really well. You know, if he plays really well like he did today, then he's going to get even more minutes. He's not going anywhere. I'll be outrageously pissed off if he does, because I think the kid's got a massive future at Arsenal Football Club as a midfielder. But like I said, we're moving to a point now where we need 2 first 11s to compete on all fronts. We want to win multiple trophies this season, not just the Premier League. And he's a massive part of that. We have two midfielders and a number 10. Odegaard as a number 10, and then it's Bruno, Rice, Miles Lewis-Skelly and Zubimendi as the 4 players playing for those 2 positions, and they're going to get rotated. They're all going to get loads of minutes, and I think enough time's been wasted on Miles Lewis-Skelly or potentially leaving. He's not going anywhere, so at least he shouldn't be anyway. I thought he had an amazing game. I think the whole team had an amazing game, and like I said, feels good for the first game. But again, Coventry is a potential banana skin. We need to be really wary about how they are. They're obviously just going to be happy to be there, but they're also going to be like, we need to try and stay up. They're going to play out their hearts against the Premier League champions, so we have to be on the top. Luckily, it's at home. I always rate it's at home, so hopefully we can do the job at Coventry. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this game, the players that played, the players that didn't play, the transfers in and out. Like I said, let me know what you think about Zolis. I think he's an amazing player. I think he's going to be top for us. Hopefully, if we can stay fit. And yeah, let me know about everything that can happen in this season. What do you think we can win? Do you think we have the squad depth now to go for everything? And also let me know if we need to buy anyone. Which position do you think we need to buy in, and what players do you think we should get? I really still think we should be getting Gilberto Mora, by the way, the Mexican for Cholos. Outrageous, got a goal and assist already earlier today, which is crazy. This kid is amazing. He's only 18 years old. He should be playing in the Premier League. I think Arsenal have to at least be looking at him and play him, because I think he's going to do really well for whichever European club he goes to. Again, Arsenal could buy him and then loan him back to Cholos until January. He can't leave till January anyway, so why not buy him now? and then loan him back, get him another 6 months of Cholo's career under his belt, and then bring him in Christmas, and you could back the squad up in Christmas. I mean, that would be a really good buy for me. But let me know what players that you want to get for our team to strengthen. And yeah, anyway, guys, I'll be back probably unless something happens. In the meantime, I'll be back next weekend or next Monday, should I say, to talk about the Arsenal Coventry game. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, anyway, guys, have a good week, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.